Welcome aboard! We're so glad you can join us for the Spring Fling New England Egg Rally at the Chocorua Camping Village in Tamworth, New Hampshire. We have been living in this RV for an entire year, and we've never taken it anywhere. Last March, Charles towed it as quickly as he could from the dealership where we picked it up in Washington back to Dallas, where we were moving away from. And then he and his dad towed it very quickly from Dallas up to Vermont. I have never ever stayed in the trailer except on our property. We didn't pack up anything. Literally everything we need is in the trailer because it's our house. So we're taking our house on vacation, which is very strange.
It is kind of weird. We didn't have to pack clothing or toiletries or anything.
Food. But while Charles is hooking up the trailer, I do need to get the cats packed up and secure everything that might move while it's on the road. About 6 months ago, we signed up to go to an egg rally, and that is a fiberglass trailer camp out where we'll meet other owners of fiberglass trailers and hopefully get a chance to show you inside a few. We have no idea what it's going to be like, but come along and you'll find out. One thing we do know is that we're looking forward to the Shine and Show on Saturday, when people have a chance to show each other around and get to know the different models of fiberglass trailer. Well, this is not a very long trip. It's about less than 3 hours. And we're 15 minutes out, and the cats have maybe finally settled in. The truth is, we were not sure how much we would enjoy staying at a developed campground like this one. We've done that before on road trips, setting up a tent after a long day of driving and packing it back up again the next morning. And it always seems like quite a lot of people trying to stake out tiny territories to enjoy the same little patch of the outdoors. But attending for a gathering like this one had a very different vibe. There were more than 50 campsites occupied by fiberglass RVs, and everyone was in super friendly mode, genuinely interested in getting to know each other. Plus, after a year of off-grid living, we appreciated luxuries, like being able to run multiple appliances at the same time on shore power. We were even able to do laundry without driving it somewhere. The weather was a little on the chilly side, parked in a shady spot this early in the season. So we never used the picnic table, never mind the outdoor pool. And being in our home, it didn't really feel that much like camping. But it was cool to have new views from every window. And we had new nature trails to explore in our new backyard. Are you happy to be home? For the most part, Raven and Pandora didn't mind the camping part of our trip. But they were cautious about some of the unfamiliar sounds. Good morning. Today is the most highly anticipated event of the Egg Camper Rally, and that is called the Shine and Show, where everyone is going to show off their campers, and hopefully we'll get a chance to look at a bunch of them and show you around.
Co-hosting.
Co-hosting with Alan Lorraine. Yep.
It's nice to meet everybody when they come in.
That's the best part of it. You don't ordinarily get to meet everybody, but if you're co-hosting, you do, and everybody's just been so nice. It's true.
I was super curious to see inside an Oliver trailer because they make four-season campers almost as long as our Bigfoot, although their shape is taller and not quite as wide.
This is our Fiamma awning that we love.
Yes. Okay, well in the front we have a bathroom. It's pretty good size. And one of the advantages of the Oliver is the ceiling is really high, which is no problem for me, but for tall people, the campers sometimes are just too short. So this is our pantry. This was a microwave when we bought it, but we took the microwave out because we never used it. We put it in a pantry because we needed a pantry. And the cupboards all have lights in them, which is kind of a neat effect. There's another pantry here. And the batteries are under here. We have 3 100 amp hour lithium battle borns and 190 watt solar panel on the roof and a 100 watt solar panel we can plug into the side and point at the sun.
And what's your favorite thing about the Oliver, or the reason that you chose it for your style of travel?
Twin beds. We don't have to crawl over each other to get out of bed in the morning or at night. And every other camper we've had the bed that went this way. It's just, is so much better for us. And it's 4-season camper. It has a double wall hull all around, and
do you camp in the winter?
we have. We just did 3 months over this past winter, going out west and back. It was pretty cold in places, but we were okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And some of the most popular trailers on the tour were vintage models like this one.
73 Love Bug.
How big is it?
13 foot.
When I told Sean off camera that the layout of his Love Bug reminded me very much of the 13-foot Scamp we bought for a guest house, he informed me that the Love Bug, the Scamp, and the 13-foot Casita were all modeled after the original 1960s bowler trailer.
Hi, my name is Sheen. We're from Connecticut. The bowler originally is from Canada, and it's 1986. And when we got this bowler, Mark and I were still dating, and he actually talked me into camping lifestyle. But I told him, let's just compromise. I don't want to sleep in the tent. That's the bottom line. So he and his buddy went to Canada and picked up the bowler. But it was looking like old bowler, right? The color is totally different, and the inside it was very simple. And so when I look at the bowler, I said, I don't think I can sleep in there either. And he says, just give me some time, I will fix it up. So for the past 13 years, he added a lot of things into it, and we also added our children. We're married. This is our Brianna.
Hi.
How old are you, Brianna?
I'm 8 years old.
And this is our son, Gavin.
Hello, I'm 11 years old.
It didn't come with the side door like this, but Mark helped me to set this up so easier for me to reach out the things, right? Instead of going inside under the bed, right? So he opened up both sides. And then he put this lights
LED.
underneath, LED lights, and it changed different color, different setting, and now it's just so pretty. A lot of people like this extra accessory. If you open up, actually it has all the tools in there, and to fix up to use to fix up the camper. Right. So Mark actually created this whole thing, and you could see this electrical control panels here. He actually used the cutting board to make this whole thing. You want to show inside?
So here we have bunk beds.
Your daddy made a bunk bed, right?
If you want to come inside. So we have bunk beds, and my dad made them, and we have a ladder. A little kitchen here, and then we have like storage here and like a little fridge here. What's really nice about this is that we don't have to like go places to like heat them up or stuff like that. Oven, and then my mom has like this like place that she can like put her makeup on, and has some storage here too.
And
a lot of
what's interesting is they can open like this easy, and then you have this one that's locked.
And then
So
you
my
have
dad
to
put
use,
a
like,
magnet here, so you use a magnet to open it.
This is the handyman.
Have you been to any other egg rallies?
Yeah, we've been to a few others here and up in Ontario, Canada as well. Yeah.
Do you want?
It's a 2020 Escape 5.0 TA fifth wheel fiberglass camper. This model has the awning style windows versus the slider style, so they tilt out. An outside water spigot that we can use as either an outside shower or for like as a kitchen water supply. The manual awning that we really like. This whole area is storage here, and as they're built originally, the storage area is only about as wide as the hatch door is, and we've extended it to almost the full width of the whole trailer. Our two 20-pound propane tanks are here, and then I just kind of quick made a little shelf on the top, and we carry our water hose in there. So we go to, of course, this rally here in New Hampshire because our grandkids are close by, and then we also go to another rally in Virginia in the fall. And so in between, we like to do state parks and do side trips from there.
At some point, we'd like to do more boondocking.
We would like to do very extended trips once we have the freedom to do that.
We had a casita, and my little granddaughter told me, "Grandma, there's no place for us." So we had to get 2 beds. That's my story.
So we like the bed in the loft because it's kind of separates you from the rest of the camper, and it's not a crawl over type like some of the bumper tow trailers are, and it's got a little bit of extra width so that if one of us is working in the kitchen, the other person can still move back and forth through the camper. We really like that. Basically, yeah, we just really like the layout of this fifth wheel trailer.
And the refrigerator, the big refrigerator.
The big refrigerator.
And freezer. I like them a lot.
Yep, that's been real nice for us.
And it comes with 2 of these that open, and he did the 3rd one, and we keep an extra solar panel, a portable one, and a table in there.
Mine is a U-Haul, 1984 U-Haul CT, a camping trailer. It is a 13-foot trailer, and U-Haul made them specifically for rentals between 1984 and 1986. And it started out with propane, stove, fridge, and heater. A table that went up and down as a bed, and then a couch on the front with a bunk bed above that, and a porta potty, and then water tanks. They sold their fleet off in the early 90s, and people bought them. I've had mine for almost 10 years. I haven't used it that much, but I take it on a few trips a year. It's lovely. It's nice to see people, and everyone's very kind and helpful. So I thought it was a great way to break into a bit of solo camping with amenities and learn how to back up my trailer and see what other people's trailers look like. This is Sapphire. She's an 8-year-old bearded collie.
Hey, Sapphire. Is it okay if I come in?
Yeah, she's perfectly fine with that. It is very simple, very light. I don't keep much in it. I'm a minimalist anyway, and it makes me claustrophobic if things are too tight. So, you know, can be storage in there and there. I don't store anything in the back other than the battery. And I keep things in bins so that it's easy to take them in and out. And this is new. I decided I needed some place to hang clothes to help them dry out at times. And if the door is closed, then it's not in the way at all. But it puts away really nicely.
My name is Pierre and my wife is Pamela. We're from Montreal, Quebec. And this is the first trip we're taking with our brand new Escape 21C.
If this layout looks a bit familiar, it's pretty similar to the Escape 5.0 fifth wheel that we looked at a few minutes ago. The bed in this trailer is smaller, but you don't have to climb into the loft to reach it. The fifth wheel is a bit heavier than this trailer, but they can both be towed by a mid-sized truck.
That's Daisy May. And I'm Dodie.
And you wouldn't believe it, but we paid absolutely nothing for it. Friend of ours, we told them we were looking for a camper. We went up and looked at it. They're like, you know, what do you think? I was like, yeah, whatever you want for it. They're like, well, you want it, it's yours. Come tow it.
Oh, and then you fixed it up?
Yep.
So
nice.
This one here.
We camp a lot in state parks. This is the first KOA we've been to with it.
We actually love the Scamp. I mean, I camped for like 30 years, so being up off the ground is an amazing thing. So this is our bed stays down, like other people use the table, but we do all our cooking and everything outside. So the bed just stays like this. We have the sink, the stove we haven't used yet. We have a refrigerator. Here is our bathroom with a shower, which we haven't used yet. Like I said, we're still tent campers. So we do everything outside except sleep. So I'm learning that now we have to do stickies, like my glasses. I always lose them, so I've stuck them to the wall. This stuff, you only need the teeth, and it Velcros to the wall. Everything Velcros. So my husband put a gutter, and then you put some caulking, right?
Yeah.
And this will be a first rainstorm, so maybe there'll be a part 2. You can see, did it work?
Yeah,
and I'm having faith that it
take
will.
the bolts out on the awning and bolt it in from the other side.
And this is an Escape 19. It's a 2022. We've had it for 13 months and have spent approximately 130 nights in it and towed it 13,000 miles.
One thing that impressed me about the Escape trailers is that they come in so many shapes and sizes. You've seen the 21-foot fifth wheel and the 21-foot travel trailer earlier in this video. This model here is 19 feet long, and there's also a 17-foot model that we haven't had a chance to explore.
So I put this wall heater in, and it works really well. You know, I can set it, I can get it to come on now, and it's very, very quiet.
And what did it take the place of?
Nothing. There was a hollow space in there. A drying rack that I made. What it does is when we leave. This folds down. Take this off and it just goes in the storage compartment.
And this is our 16-foot scamp. First trip we took, we were going to Alaska and we had 22 hours of daylight. So I made blackout curtains for it. And welcome. Thank you. So the end was a dining room table, but we made it into a permanent bed. And then we have these turned into bunk beds if we need it, but we just keep it as a sofa. And I love the size of my kitchen. It's bigger than most scamps' kitchens. So, yeah, this is it. We put thousands and thousands of miles on it. There you go. And it does have the shower, although we don't use it. We just use the campgrounds wherever we're at.
And last but not least, the most popular model of trailer at the Egg Rally was the 17-foot Casita.
It's a Casita Spirit Deluxe 2021. But it's nice to have the option of having the dinette. And so originally we had a scamp in order, and it was a 13-footer. And then we just juggled with the idea of, okay, well, we're not gonna have a separate dinette. And so we wanted a bathroom as well. So this is giving us everything we needed. So now we have our bed, which sits 4 people. It's never a dinette. It's always a bed, which is what we wanted. And then we have where we can sit down, and also, should we have a guest, which we've already had, this turns into a bed for one. We didn't opt for certain things like the microwave, which would have gone here. We use it as a pantry, and then I like to just kind of line this up, and I use it as my counter space. Well, that's actually where my coffee goes, and the toaster oven when I need to use it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so I do have a microwave. Honestly, I've never brought it with me, but it fits in here. So again, it has everything that a big rig has. It's just in a compact RV. You got your gas range. We went with the propane furnace. That's an so the newer models have this vanity. It used to be a corner little sink here. Okay.
You literally meant a puppy. You weren't just calling him your puppy. He's
10
actually a
weeks.
puppy.
Well, 11 weeks.
We attended several large gatherings where we put away the camera, but this is our last night before everyone goes their own way, and I wanted to bring you to meet the man who started this event a few years ago, so you can hear the story straight from the source.
My name is Gerard Landry. I'm the original founder for the Spring Fling in New England rally, which is held in Chocorua Village, the village of Chocorua, New Hampshire. This is actually the 7th year, I believe, that the rally has gone on, and I've since retired and handed the reins over to Alan Pease and John Collins. I joined a group on the computer called Fiberglass RV because we had a fiberglass RV, and I kept on seeing these postings online about these rallies for fiberglass trailers. And my wife and I decided that we would like to try to go to a rally. Well, everyone was like out of state. I mean, I think the closest one to us was mid-state New York, and it was a wine festival out in the Finger Lakes. We don't drink, and really, did I want to travel that long to be around a bunch of winos? No, I'm only kidding about that. But anyways, no, there's no rallies for egg campers in New England. At the time, we had a 13-foot bowler. We were ecstatic with it, and we wanted to show it off. Finally, somebody says, why don't you have a rally? I was fortunate enough to be working at the Chocorua Village campground for a number of years. The owner and I were very close friends, And I says, you know what? I think I can do this. So, one day I came to work, and I went up to the owner, and I says, I had a speech already, and I said, I don't know if you know or not, but there's a large group of fiberglass trailers all over this country and Canada who would love to come to rallies, and there is no rally in all of New England. And he got all excited. Of course, he thinks this thing's going to take right off. And in my mind's going, well, this is going to be good. And first thing I put to him was, is there going to be a group discount? And he was very clever. He said, it'll be on a sliding scale. He says, if you get 10 people to come, we'll give you a 1.5% discount. If you get 30 and so forth, up to, I think it got as high as 30% off for like 50 campsites sold. Well, you can't have it Memorial Day weekend because the campground's already making money that weekend, and you can't have it Mother's Day weekend because we're already making money that weekend. So we took the weekend in between. Oh, wow, they're going to have a big potluck supper, but he's buying all the chicken. This is another point for it. And all of a sudden, then you know, it starts growing. It's like a wart. You know, you just kind of feel it, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's coming up and it's growing, it's growing. And the first year, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm looking at my schedule now, and I'm saying, how am I going to do it? And I think I overdid it. But back then, Keurig wasn't even invented. So I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, brewing coffee in my drip coffee machine, filling up these little insulated thermoses. This one's decaf. This one's just got hot water in case somebody wants tea. This one's got, you know, cocoa in it. And this one's got regular. This one's got decaf. I think 4 people came out and had coffee. And then the supper, of course, it went real good. And the next morning, again, get up, 4 o'clock, start the coffee routine again. And it's grown really big from there. We started out the first year, I think we had 29 campers come in. This year was the top site sold, which I believe was 53. So, and that's where we are in our 7th year.
There's always a better.
And the research I found with these is because it's molded fiberglass, they hold up well. They're not as prone to leakage. They just hold up well. Everyone kept saying the same thing, that it was a good quality camper. And Casita versus other molded fiberglass trailers happens to be, you were getting good value for your money. And this is a great camper. I love my Casita.
And have you made it to any other egg rallies?
Yes. We went to the Townsend Rally down in Tennessee, and then we're doing the Ontario Bowler Rally this year. Michigan, there's a rally right on the St. Clair River. That's spectacular with the big ships going by as you're sitting there. And then we do the Riverside Escape Wine Rally in Niagara on the Canadian side. Hungry Mother State Park in Marion, Virginia. So we're doing that one, and that one's our last. That's in October. So that's our last, and we take it and put it in storage. So
wow, so you must get to know a lot of fiberglass owners.
yes. Oh, yes. And there's several that actually are at the different rallies. They travel like we do. So yeah, everybody is so nice. They're so welcoming, so warm, so kind. So we have found that at every rally. It's been really fun meeting people.